Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. And yeah, this is going to be a very nice, straight, simple video. But oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I'm still new to the scene. Yeah, really new to the scene, but basically, I am just trying to get my voice out there, talk about disability life, different truths, mistruths, lies, political stuff that pertain to disability, people of color, women, all of that. And also, like, since some of my best friends are in the LGBTQ, I got to represent for them too. But oh my gosh, the last well, let's just say my summer's been very interesting. 2024 has been trying to kick me in the tush. But I feel like after the hardship and the reality of 2020 and 2021, and I'm not even including COVID, and it's really crazy because when I say, oh my gosh, my 2020 was so hard, other people are like, oh my gosh, yeah, COVID. And then I have to remember, I'm like, oh yeah, COVID happened too. Because, yeah, if you've been listening to my videos, you know the hardship and everything like that. But, this year, it's like just learning a lot about disability culture within the government and assistance and looking up programs, the restrictions, and even leaving out the house now that my disability is much more like it was noticeable in the past, but no one believed. They're like, you're too pretty, blah, all that stupid stuff. But ignorant, stupid, naive, corrupt, just I can go on and on. But now that I have the disability and everything like that, or officially, I've always had it, I was born with it, but oh, being out in public, it's like people coming up to me, asking me the most ignorant questions. And I am going to keep bringing this up. And I think one of my first 3 or 4 episodes on here, I talk about the top idiotic, questionable things. One of my first IQ episodes that people have said to me about my disability. No, I did not get hit by a car. No, my spouse did not beat the mess out of me. And I'm not even married, so that's like sometimes I find it really funny when people are like, "Oh, did your husband beat you?" Like, and they're smiling. They're happy when I say it. Like, are you proud of this? Are you gonna get a Girl Scout badge if I say yes? Like, why are you so excited? And so I don't know. It's just annoying and crazy. But and then for those like when I go in public, why are you out here? Shouldn't you be at home? What are you doing? And or you don't look like you have a disability. Are you faking? You're just trying to take money from the government. Oh my gosh, why are you doing this? You're so corrupt. You're so, and I'm just looking at them like like you don't even say hi, hello, how are you, who are you, what's your name, whatever. You just go like you accuse me, and I was literally I was born with my disability, so how dare you? And then I don't even feel comfortable going back to my church because people coming up to me, oh, I would love to introduce you to my son. You're so beautiful and you're so sweet, but first you need to learn how to walk right. Oh, okay, but now I'm going to get to the interesting stuff because, yeah, it's like just religion and dating and disability. Like, disability's just been a mind blowing thing now that I'm officially in the club and everything. Got my seal, my gold star and everything. But with dating, it's a nightmare. But on top of dating apps, on top of men judging me and telling me you're not good enough until you walk, you're just a woman, or you're only black, or you have a disability, why are you trying to start your own business? And since I am a certain age, oh, you're too old, you're dried up, no man's gonna want you. Since I don't have kids, oh yeah, it's like the only reason I want you is so I can put a baby in you. Can I put a baby in you? But do you know there's so many catfish out here, swarming and like swimming and trying to take advantage of people. And I have caught this year alone, because I've caught quite a few, but I I have a hard time playing dumb. Oh my gosh, it's like in my catfish right now. He's asking the same like question over and over and over and over again because he is trying to find out how much money I make. Because I guess he's probably gonna look it up on Google. How much does this person make with this career? And so I'm like, what job do you think guys think I should pretend I have? Because I'm not gonna tell him the truth. I'm not gonna tell him about like yeah. It's like he like I lied about my favorite colors, and even with my favorite foods, like some of the foods I like and love because it's like okay, if we're gonna have conversation and bring it back to food, I need to know a little bit about what I'm talking. So I had to like mix that in. But yeah, I said my favorite colors were colors that I'm just like no. But he keeps asking, "What's your job?" Like this is his fourth or fifth time. So part of me is just like, okay, how am I going to get around it? Because it's like the third, fourth, or fifth time. I forgot. I've lost track. But yeah, I'm going to tell him, you keep asking that question. So, but right, like like this guy showed up over the weekend, but then I have another one this morning, and it's just amazing that it's like, and even with explanation points, because I'm having fun, because it's like the first time he asked the question, like, I just dodged, and I was like, oh yeah, but how was your day? Are you enjoying the sun? And it's like, how's Oklahoma? Because he lied saying that he's from Oklahoma, and like all of his friends or everyone that he's like serving in the army with, I think he said like and he's wearing the wrong uniform because I think he has Navy, but he has an Army uniform. I looked it up and I'm like, that's not yeah, but I was like, I'm gonna confirm though. I'm gonna like I have a few friends like in all three, like Navy, Army, and Air Force and everything like that. So I'm gonna contact them and be like, show the picture, like, can you confirm? Can you let me know? Oh, and I did have a third catfish, but I think he saw the other catfish because like they all try to come at me in different ways, but I think the second catfish on the platform saw that the other one would just started reaching out to me, so he deleted. But I screenshot it though, so I'm gonna show that in the episode. But I think I literally have about 8 catfish from this year that I will be covering and talking about, even showing how they have scripts. They pay for and buy scripts from the gurus, mentors of the catfish scamming game, because you do not know how many times I've gotten the same exact jokes, the same exact pickup lines, the same things to try to draw me in or draw me to get on certain apps and everything to contact them. And I just find, oh, and I like she divorced me. She took all my money. Like they all have the same excuse. She cheated on me. Yes, she used me. She hurt me so bad. Like it was just like, come on, boy. Okay, it's like every like, come on now. No, I don't know. It's just very scripted, very annoying. And but I've been doing a really good job though because I've been taking control of the conversation. And even with the fifth time, I think this is like the fifth time he asked me, what do I do? And so, like, the third time he had explanation points. And I'm like, oh, well, it looks like you're having a tantrum. So I'm going to give you a timeout. I'm going to let you cool down. Okay. And then when I come back, we can talk about other things. But it's like, why do you care about what I do? It's like, this is only our first day talking. Is it that big of a deal? And so, yeah, but I know why. He's like, he's trying to, once he knows what I do or what he thinks I do, quote unquote, he's going to look up my salary. So then he's going to estimate how much money I have to give to him because he's going to be asking me like, oh, I'm serving in this area and they're not giving us any money. I just need something to pay, blah, blah, blah. Or he's going to get injured. I'm in the hospital, but I don't have insurance and they're not paying and they're not going to let me out the hospital or they're not going to do this procedure unless, yeah, this is how many catfish I've talked to. I've learned the game, I've learned the tricks. Cause, or especially when they're out on the ocean, those are the funny ones. Those are the funny ones. But yes, I'm going to be showing all of this stuff and everything. It's just, I have so many screenshots on my phone. It's like my phone's about to be full. So I need to start emptying. But part of me is just like, where am I going to put all of these pictures? It's like, I have so many pictures that now I need to figure out where to put them all. Because, yeah, if I try to put them all on a laptop, it's going to overheat. It's going to be too much. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. But the same exact pickup lines. They try to all lead me to the same portals and everything. And like even like the way like this one came up to me differently because it wasn't in a dating app. It was literally like in one of my uh, posts, and they were like, I have to look it up to find out exactly how they opened up, but they started liking like 4 or 5 of my posts to make sure that I saw them and that I got there and I see that they got my attention. But then they didn't realize that I went straight to the profile because I already knew they were a scammer. But yeah, guess how long this new one has been on Facebook? Guess how long? One day. One day. No friends, nothing. And I'm gonna check to see if any more friends, because then once I see who their friends are, I might be able to see who else they're trying to scam. But I have to be careful because sometimes the scammers are gonna be friends with other scammers to make their profile look a little bit more legit. Because yeah, I made a mistake last year. I learned that because I thought I was helping someone and I was actually helping them know that I knew that they were a scammer. So yeah, so I kind of have to wait it out and kind of monitor and look before I message because I might be helping the scammers out. So, because yeah, that's the other tricky thing. It's like they are, they keep changing and evolving and growing and expanding on how they scam, and they're being more creative with how they get to their victims to the point where it's like they still use the scripted stuff, but they're learning, they're still dumb, but they're learning how to try to blend in a little bit more. And I'm not going to give any of the tricks that I would recommend for them to do a better job because I've got a pretty long list, but I don't want to say that because if one of them, like, yeah, right now it's like, yeah, I won't worry, like, I don't think any of them will find it, but by chance, if any of them finds this episode and listen to it, they might take notes and they might be like, oh, let's try it out. So yeah, I'm not going to say what I recommend right now, but there are several things I would recommend. Oh, but okay. And that it deals with my 2024 because even while teaching is like trying to teach, trying to get my business together, and I was kind of thinking with one of my main characters, she was going to be catfished. And actually it's like more than one of my characters, but catfish in different ways. And so, because well, I won't put too many specifics in it, but I'm learning about a lot about the culture, but also learning a lot about how these people they don't care. They will take as much money and they don't care if you're in debt. They don't care if it's your life savings. They don't care if they make you homeless. There was one documentary that I watched. I think I saved it, but it's like, oh, it was like a month or two ago, but it was so good. Where this woman literally went to Nigeria and she did a whole report about Catfish, and she talked to some of the Catfish gurus and their tricks and everything like that. And so watching that, yeah, I'm pretty sure I saved it because with my novel, I want to, take some notes on how to have my characters portrayed in different ways. But watching that is helping me know how to talk to them and how to prolong without giving them the information that they're trying to get in order to ask me for money. Because this catfish even, yeah, she treated me wrong, or I'll quote it later, but basically she treated him wrong. They got a divorce, and then she took all of his money from him. And so there was it was kind of funny because he asked one question, and so literally I went back and quoted him, and I'm just because I was just like, oh well, as long or something about trust or something. I'm like, yes, of course, as long as we don't take each other's money. You have your money, I have my money, right? And so, because I know trust is one thing that they try to focus on, because they try to brainwash you. And it's like, yes, trust me. You can trust me. We're going to trust each other. We're going to have each other's back. It's just you and I. Oh, we need to take this to a different app because it's going to be secure and it's going to allow us to express ourselves and be able to bond and show how our relationship is going to be. Yeah, it's like, I'm not quoting them, but like literally, this is the stuff they say because they're this guy is literally trying to convince me to move from the app I'm on now to the other, and it's just hilarious with how he's trying to convince me. And yep, he's messaging me again. So, but it's I don't know. It's like I'm gonna be. I'm going to be trying to do a lot more work with the YouTube channel. I'm over 100 episodes now. Oh my gosh. It's like I I I knew I could get there, and I knew there was a 3 to 5 month break because mental health, because some of these students, like, you try, like, how come students pay to get an education but they don't want to be educated but they still want an A? I'm sorry. I'm still pondering that. And that's one reason why I'm just like, you know what? Since I don't have a class this semester, I am going to teach the way I want to teach on the Handicapable Black Nerd channel. So if you go over, like, I'm not going to have an episode every single day because trying to write a novel, trying to get my children's books together, trying to create a website, trying to get the greeting cards, and then trying to have an episode on this channel right here. Yeah, yeah, let's just say, and with my disability, physical therapy, working out, trying to work on my health, and I'm doing research almost every, like, literally on my to-do list. I have researched my disability almost every day because I'm trying to find different, like, even remedies or different things to help with certain parts of it. But I take my medication, don't get that twisted, but like, what's going to help with different things to make my life at least more normal. I'm not trying to say normal, but more normal. And then what kind of equipment? Because yes, like, I'm lifting weights, and yeah, I'll talk about that in another episode. But it's just like with all of that, trying to blend into this catfish thing, it takes a lot of mental, especially I'm trying to dumb myself down at the same time, like realizing, like, okay, I need to make sure I take control. I'm driving this catfish vehicle right here. I need to make sure he, for as long as possible, does not know how much my character makes. I need to make sure he knows, like, some of the stuff I tell him is true, but a lot of it is made up. So as like, I need to just make sure with the information I give him, I make it drag on as much as possible. I need to make sure that I stay on the app that I want to be on, that allows me control, because on the app that he wants, I think once you delete it, everything goes, and then I lose everything. So I'm I'm like doing as much as I can to take control. I'm slowly trying to get to know more information. Once, like, yes, like I'm using, oh yeah, another reason why I had that 3 to 5 month gap. This isn't even my laptop right now. It's like my laptop, the screen went black. And so it's getting worked on. It still works. I had to plug it into another screen. But then it's like, yeah, with all the projects I just told you, just guess how tired and exhausted my laptop. Yeah, so I need to add more RAM and memory, like yeah, all of that jazz, and get the screen fixed. Yay me! So that's getting like so. This is like a family member's laptop. So it's like I'm this that's one reason why it's like I'm able to do some of the work now. But at the same time, since it is their laptop, I don't want to take it over. And with all of these projects, it's like trying to do the downloads, but remember to delete these downloads because I want to give their laptop back in the same condition and not with all of these like dating nightmare screenshots of where MAGA and Trump supporters are calling me the B word, the N word, the C word, because it's like to other people it's traumatic. To other people they tell me, "How in the world are you doing this? How in the world are you listening to all of these people? These people are just out of their mind. They're violent. They're awful. They're cruel." It's like, why do you keep? And I'm just like, you know what? I feel like after everything I've been through in life, and especially after everything I've been through and everyone kept calling me a liar, now I've got the proof. Now it's like, especially with Trump supporters, with because with my dating apps, some of you like I might put it on this thumbnail, but my first dating standard is must not be a Republican, MAGA, or Trump supporter. Do you know the hate I get? Instead of MAGA moving on, minding their own business, finding a MAGA woman, they call me out my name, call me the R word, and say how disgusting I am, or say, I'm glad you don't have children because you would just take them to drag shows and just, it's like, oh, you're nothing but a slave, you're nothing but Jim Crow, on and on. Like, oh, if you watch my dating nightmares, because I already have yeah, those two I already have the screenshots. They're in dating nightmares already. And then they call me the B word. Like I've been called the ABCD, like every word you can think of. But with the catfish, totally different. They're so romantic, so suave. All of their hobbies, romantic dinners, walking, holding hands, candlelit dinners, and cuddling, watching movies, and stuff like that. And so it's like, I see why, like, especially compared to the absolute nightmare of men who, like, oh, especially men don't like that I have degrees, and men don't. It's like I used to date men with all different types of education levels, even no education, dropped out of high school or whatever. It's like, to me, I'm like, you know what? It's I care about, like, well, he blackmailed me to date him. What, that's another episode. Watch that. But I used to not care. And especially when my mother used to say, as long as you walk like that, no one's ever going to want you, love you, or marry you. I thought I had to, like, drop down and just date anybody. And so I used to date desperately. But now it's like, and a lot of men who don't have the education or any type of higher education, they put me down. You wasted your money on all that education. You know you're never going to pay that off. You wasted your money. It's like, you're supposed to have kids. You care more about your education than having kids. How stupid are you? It's again, I have it in the screenshots as well. But with these catfish men, oh wow, you have all of that all of that education. I'm so impressed with you. Oh, I'm dating a goddess. I'm dating a woman that just makes like the stars shine. Yes, I've actually had catfish say this stuff to me. And it's like, oh, I'm such a lucky man. I'm so fortunate to be with you. Oh, it's like, I am so happy I get to be your man. You're going to be my wife. I'm going to make sure I marry you. Yes. So it's just kind of crazy how the catfish have learned how American men treat women. Catfish have learned, since a lot of American men treat women like garbage, that, okay, if every morning I ask her how she is, if she ate, if she's okay, what are her feelings? Questions American men never ask. That will allow her to feel closer to me, trust me, value me. So then when I need money, since since their fictional character gave so much to me, they're going to think I'm obligated to give money to them, and that I'm going to want to be obligated to give money to them. But yeah, let's go diving into some catfish. I have so much more and I have so many screenshots. But yeah, let's enjoy. What do you like to eat with your catfish? Because yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm thinking like, because even when I do a live, I'm thinking I might look up some like, because I love catfish, but I like to cook it in different ways. So I'm gonna actually look up some different cultural ways to make catfish, and look up like especially some rice dishes, because I've been working on a rice or an oil that can go with mashed potatoes, rice, and so many other dishes and everything, and it tastes so good. So I might do, yeah, so I might do a live and show and talk about some of the catfish. So in the comments, tell me what sides do you like with your catfish, and also, have you talked to a catfish? What was your experience? What did you learn from it? But you know the drill. This is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too. And be careful with these catfish. They swim around like sharks. They look at you like prey. Okay? Okay. Because I have so many, like, I think I'm a little overwhelmed because with dating nightmares, with River of Racism and Catfish, I think I have at least 800 screenshots of evidence for so many episodes. And part of me is just like, where do I start? Oh my gosh. So, where should I start? Let me know. Put that in the comments too, or even just tell me how your day is. Because it's the start of fall, so don't let anything fall apart. So I'm gonna start writing this novel, upload this but yeah, let's start writing. Let's start working on goals. Let's start creating. Let's go.